Hello, and welcome to the MSTEP Praxis Preparation webinar. Congratulations on being selected to participate in the Memphis Shaping and Transforming Educators program. This webinar serves to prepare you to take the Praxis exams. During this session, we will present helpful information to guide you through the Praxis and share resources to help you be successful. We will cover things such as what is the Praxis, what is required in Tennessee, what tests are available, what test do I need to take, how do I register for the test, are there free study resources available, how is the Praxis set up, how will the Praxis be structured, how can I prepare for the test, what are good test-taking skills for the Praxis, are the subject tests different? We will also cover fee waivers and how to access a Praxis demonstration tests and what you should expect on test day. Let's get started. So, all material and content for this webinar can be found at the ETS Praxis website. This can be accessed by typing into your computer's browser www.ets.org/Praxis. Here you can see I've located Prepare and Materials for us to look through. So what is the Praxis? A Praxis test is one of a series of American Teacher Certification exams written and administered by the Educational Testing Service, or ETS. Various Praxis tests are usually required before, during, and after teacher training courses in the United States. Each state and licensing organization determines its own certification and Praxis passing score requirements. For more information about certification requirements, visit the State Requirements section. The Tennessee Praxis. To get more information about the Praxis test and how it's regulated in Tennessee, you can follow this link. Here you see lots of information in regards to the Tennessee Praxis test. It provides you access to key information that you will need as a Praxis test taker here in the state of Tennessee. As you scroll down, you can see test dates are available, testing locations, fees, registration, the official testing service website, as well as free practice tests, free Praxis study guides, online prep. You can also get one-on-one tutoring and in-person prep classes. Here we're looking at the website from the University of Memphis, where Praxis examination information is provided as well. Here is where you can also go to find different resources in regards to free study materials that we will cover later in this webinar. This is the main ETS Praxis homepage. This is where you will start. What tests are available? For you, as a future educator, Praxis core academic skills are the 3 tests that you will be required to take to gain entry into the graduate program at the University of Memphis. These tests measure academic skills in reading, writing, and mathematics. They were designed to provide comprehensive assessments that measure the skills and content knowledge of candidates entering teacher preparation programs. For more information, follow this link. As you can see on this page, all the core academic skills for educators are overviewed here and with explanations and details about each of the core tests. For the PRAXIS subject assessments, these tests measure subject-specific content knowledge, as well as general and subject-specific teaching skills that you will need for beginning teaching. This link will take us to PRAXIS subject assessment information. And finally, the PRAXIS Content Knowledge for Teaching Assessments, or CKT. These tests measure subject-specific content knowledge with a focus on specialized content knowledge used in kindergarten through 12th grade teaching. This link will direct us to more information about that subject test. PRAXIS subject assessments include over 90 different tests, ranging from agriculture to world languages. The tests you take depends on your state or licensing agency's requirements for the teaching discipline that you are pursuing. Each state that uses the PRAXIS test sets its own requirements for which tests you must take, as well as the associated passing scores. Before you register for a test, confirm your state or agency's testing requirements. Here you can see the state requirement header, followed by a list of all the states. We want to look at Tennessee. Here is an overview of Tennessee testing requirements. Be sure to read through all these requirements to know which tests that you need to take. So what tests do I need? You have to take the PRAXIS Core Reading and Math if you do not have a minimum score of 22 on the ACT. Prior to entering your undergrad program, if you took the ACT and scored below a 22, you will have to take reading, math, and everyone must take the PRAXIS Core Writing, regardless of what your ACT score was. If you scored 22 or higher, you only have to take the PRAXIS Core Writing. Again, if your ACT score was less than 22, a 21 or below, you will have to take reading, math, and writing. If your score was above a 22 on your ACT, you only have to take the PRAXIS Core Writing exam. Tests required for all licensure areas. This includes the PRAXIS Core Academic Skills for Educators core tests, which is the reading, writing, and math I just described. If you wish to take all 3 computer-delivered core academic skills for educators exams at the same time, then you will select Core Academic Skills for Educators Combined Test when you register. Scores will be reported by individual tests, even if you take them combined. So, to be certified in or to get admission to an Educator Preparation Program, or an EPP, you need to take Core Academic Skills for Educators in Reading and Core Education Academic Skills for Mathematics if you scored less than a 22 on your ACT. If you scored higher than a 22 on your ACT, you will take the writing. Anyone scoring less than 22, such as a 21 or below, must take all 3 tests. The test codes are listed here. Your qualifying scores to pass each of the exams is listed here. What subtests will I need? You'll probably only need one or two of the following, but here is the list for all SPED teacher licensure praxis exams. The Special Education Comprehensive Exam, K through 12, is directed primarily toward those working with severe and profound students. For this certification, you need to have, or you will need to take both the Special Education Core Knowledge and Severe to Profound Applications and Elementary Education Teaching Reading. Test code here, and the qualifying scores are here. This test right here, the Special Education Interventionist K through 8, is the certification that we will be asking each of you as part of MSTEP to become certified in. As the state progresses toward entirely all interventionists, this is going to be the trend and the certification that you will need to make yourself more marketable when it comes time to apply for jobs. Therefore, we highly encourage you to really focus on taking just this set of tests to be certified in Special Education Interventionist K through 8. The two tests you need to take in subject matter for this program will be Special Education Core Knowledge and Mild to Moderate Applications and Teaching Reading for Elementary Education. Test code and the qualifying scores. You can also take the Special Education Interventionist, which is also highly encouraged in the area of 6th to 12th grade. As you can see, the tests are the same, even in the modified K-12 certification. The tests are the same. However, when you register, you have to declare which one you're going to be looking toward getting certified in. We highly recommend you look at the Special Education Interventionist K through 8 or the Special Education Interventionist 6 through 12. The tests are the same, but again, you have to declare which certification you'll be trying to get. Another option that is not required, but depending upon what job you're looking to get when you leave this program after you successfully pass your licensure exams and graduate from this program, you may want to pick up an additional certification or have an additional certification to make yourself even more marketable. To do that, you will need to take some additional praxis exams to meet those requirements. You only need one or two of the following, but here's a list of these exams. To qualify for special ed, preschool, early childhood education, pre-K through 3, if you want to work with the little ones, then you will need to take these 3 exams. As you can clearly see, this one is the same as required for the others. This one and this one are different. Here are the test codes and the qualifying score that you must get to become certified. Next, let's talk about how do I register to take a test? The first thing you need to do is go to the ETS Praxis website to register and create an account. Here you can see at the top it says registration, test centers, and dates. So if I want to register, then what I need to do is go in here and find where I can log in to create my own account. Down here you see where it says register online now. When we click on that, it's going to take us through a series of web pages to help us to get registered, so that way we have an account with the ETS Praxis website. So step 1, go to the website and register for an account. A next question is, are there free study guide or study resources available to me? Yes, there are. The University of Memphis Libraries has free study guides that you can access. To access these study guides, you'll go to the University of Memphis Library website. There, you'll click where it says Databases. Next, you want to type in Learning Express Library. Once you push Enter, it will pull up a site where you can type in at the top what you're looking for in the search bar. Here you can see I typed in just the word Praxis, and it pulled up 32 different Praxis study guides for me to choose from. When I click Launch, it automatically goes to that particular study guide and walks me through it. As you can see here are all the study guides. Reading, writing, and math are all covered, and free study guides provided through the U of M library. Another resource that you could find helpful to locate free study guides is at the Tennessee Electronic Library. To go to this website, you're going to type in your browser bar on your computer TNTEL, or Tennessee Electronic Library, Tennessee SOS, as in please help me get through the Praxis exam.org. This page will come up. It's then that you want to type in the keyword test prep in the search bar. You can also go to the ETS website and register for free Praxis webinars. These are offered on a limited basis and dependent upon how many people register for them. If no one has registered for the webinar, it would be canceled. However, if you register for a webinar, you can have free access to the Praxis webinar. So how is the Praxis set up? What will it look like? Praxis core tests include objective response questions, such as single selection, multiple choice questions, multiple selection, multiple choice questions, and numeric entry questions. The Praxis core writing test also includes 2 essay sections. The Praxis core tests are delivered on a computer and may either be taken as 3 separate tests on separate days or as one combined test. Remember, individual scores will be reported for reading, mathematics, and writing on both the individual and the combined tests. If you take the Praxis core tests separately, each session will last approximately 2 hours. If you take the combined test, the entire session lasts 5 hours. Each session includes time for tutorials and the collection of background information. The actual testing time and number of questions for each Praxis core test is shown below. So if your ACT is less than 22 and you have to take all 3, for the reading test, there will be 56 questions and you will be allotted 85 minutes to take that test. If you're taking the mathematics test, again, there are 56 questions and you are allotted 85 minutes to take that exam. If your ACT is over 22 points, or your score is more than 22, and you only have to take the writing section. Now remember, everyone has to take writing, even those that score 22 or above with their ACT. The writing section is broken into 2 sections. There are 40 questions, and you are to complete 2 essays. During the first essay, you get 40 minutes, and the second, you get 60 minutes. How will the praxis be structured? The Praxis Core Academic Skills Test consists of 3 separate tests. The reading test. The core reading test includes sets of questions that require the integration and analysis of multiple documents, as well as some alternative response types, as example, a select in passage. The writing test that everyone has to take. The core writing test assesses both argumentative writing and information explanatory writing, and will contain 1 writing task for each written type. In addition, multiple choice questions will be added to address the importance of research strategies and assess strategies for revising and improving tests. The mathematics test. The core mathematics test includes numeric entry and multiple choice questions, and will also offer an on-screen calculator to help you ensure that questions are testing mathematical reasoning by reducing the chance that the candidate's wrong response comes from a simple arithmetic error. How can I prepare for the tests? Review the information materials carefully to help you prepare for the Praxis subject assessments. Praxis offers an information bulletin that provides information on registration, test day procedures, and score reporting. Here you can see the PDF document that shares this information. Under the table of contents, you can see it covers all the things and more as what we're talking about today during this session. It is recommended that you download this bulletin and read it carefully. The Praxis test preparation materials. This includes detailed study tools that contain outlines, sample questions with answers, and detailed rationales, valuable test-taking strategies, as well as full-length interactive practice tests. When you get to this page, under Preparation Materials, you'll click here to select a praxis by name. Since everyone has to take writing, I'll select writing. Here you can see that it provides me with a free study guide, a study companion. It also provides me with a computer-delivered testing demonstration and some information about what to expect the day of the test. What are good test-taking skills for the Praxis? Should I guess? All test takers receive a score regardless of the number of questions answered or the type of test. Your score is based on the number of questions you answer correctly, with no penalty or subtraction for answering a question incorrectly. Therefore, it is to your advantage to pace yourself so that you have enough time to carefully consider every question. Do your best and answer every question. So, some strategies and tips to help you prepare effectively for test day. Learn what your test is going to cover. You can find test specifications for your tests in the free Study Companion. Each Study Companion includes a comprehensive overview for the test with detailed test descriptions and sample questions with answers and explanations to help you to prepare. Assess yourself of how well you know the content. Research has shown that test takers tend to overestimate their preparedness. That is why some test takers assume they did well and then find out they did not pass. The Praxis tests are demanding enough to require serious review of likely content. And the longer you've been away from the content, the more preparation you will most likely need. If it has been longer than a few months since you've studied your content area, you will want to make a concerted effort to prepare for the PRAXIS tests. Collect your study materials. Obtaining and organizing all the materials you will need for review is a critical step in preparing for the PRAXIS tests. Consider the following reference sources as you plan your study. Did you take a course in which the content area was covered? If yes, do you still have your textbooks or your notes? Does your college library have a good introductory level, college level textbook in this area? Does your local library have a high school level textbook? Additional test preparation resources are available for many PRAXIS tests. Check the preparation test page to see what materials are available for your test. And again, when we click here, it brings us to the preparation materials. You will select which tests that you are looking to prepare for, and then it provides you with some information and some study resources for that. Plan and organize your time. We all have busy schedules. We all have extraneous challenges in our lives that can impede our ability to find time to study. So plan and organize your time effectively. You can begin to plan and organize your time while you're still collecting your materials. Allow yourself plenty of time to review so you can avoid cramming new material at the end. Here are a few tips. Choose a test date far enough in the future to leave you plenty of preparation time. Work backward from the date to figure out how much time you will need for review. Set a realistic schedule and stick to it. If you plan to study for 3 hours every Saturday morning while the kids are still sleeping, make that your scheduled time and let nothing interrupt it. Develop a study plan. A study plan provides a roadmap to prepare for the PRAXIS tests. It can help you to understand what skills and knowledge are covered on the test and where to focus your attention. A written study plan can help you organize your efforts. If we click here, we can see a downloadable PDF come up that shares with us a sample study plan. It is highly recommended that you use this study plan to go through and create a plan that works with your schedule from the test date going back to today's date to start studying each and every day, even if it's timed just a couple hours a week until your test date. If your test date's sooner than that, you'll need to plan at least an hour a night to study for the PRAXIS and make that time specific for that, just as you would if you were attending your child's soccer game or track meet. You take the time to do that. Take this time for yourself to make that 1 hour a day your study time. Practice explaining the key concepts. Whether it's to your child, to your spouse, or even to a pet or a plant in your house, practice explaining the key concepts. The PRAXIS subject area assessments, constructed response tests, assess your ability to explain material effectively. As a teacher, you will need to be able to explain concepts and processes to students in a clear, understandable way. What are the major concepts you will be required to teach? Can you explain them in your own words accurately, completely, and clearly? Practice explaining these concepts to test your ability to effectively explain what you know. Understand how the questions will be scored. Scoring information can be found in the study companion for each test. Again, we select which test we want to look at, find the study companion, and here you can download the study companion and take notes on it, write on it, adjust the pages to fit your needs, whatever you need to do. Some additional good test-taking skills are those that we've known for years. However, we may not have had to implement those strategies because we've been out of school for quite a while. You want to plan ahead to allow time to study and be ready. This will help reduce your test-taking day anxiety. Come up with a study plan and stick to it. Get a good night's sleep the night before you take your exam. Eat a healthy meal prior to taking your exam. Arrive to the test site at least a half hour prior to your test. This will allow you time to get settled in, use the restroom, get a drink of water, anything you may need to do to get yourself settled in and alleviate any of that last-minute rushing anxiety that can happen if you wait to show up right on time. So try to show up at least a half hour before your test. And do not schedule anything else for that day. Don't schedule things after the test. They will play in the back of your mind and make you hurry through the test because you know that you need to go to something else. Make the test your priority for that day. And finally, although there's no evidence to truly support this concept, chewing gum has been said to help improve focus and concentration while taking a test. If you're able to, chew on a piece of gum to see if it even helps. Are the subject tests different? The PRAXIS subject assessments consist of these groups of tests. They're the subject assessments that measure general and subject-specific teaching skills and knowledge. Tests include both selected response and constructed response or essay questions, and the Principles of Learning and Teaching or PLT tests. These measure your general pedagogical knowledge at one of 4 grade level ranges: early childhood, K-6, 5-9, and 7-12. These tests feature select response questions and short constructed response prompts based on information provided in case studies. With new legislation coming in, the PLT tests may be going out, so be sure to check frequently to make sure that this is a subject area test that you will have to take. The subject test structure. PRAXIS subject assessments are 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5, or 4 hours long and include select response questions, essay or constructed response questions, or a combination of both question types. The number of questions and length of each test varies depending on the test that you've selected. Review the appropriate study companion for details on test structure and length. Perhaps you may qualify for a fee waiver. Fee waivers may be available for college students who meet all eligibility criteria. If you qualify for a fee waiver, the test fees for up to 3 PRAXIS core tests or 1 PRAXIS subject assessment may be waived. You are eligible for a fee waiver only once during a testing year, and there are a limited number of waivers available per test date and per institution. All requests are processed on a first-come, first-served basis. To be eligible for a fee waiver, you must be currently receiving financial aid, be enrolled in an undergraduate or graduate program, meet eligibility income guidelines, and be required to take a PRAXIS test by an authorized score recipient. For more information on the fee waivers, you can visit the ETS website and type waivers in the search bar, and you will receive more information. To apply, you will need to fill out this form and mail it in to the ETS location that is listed at the bottom of the page. So the PRAXIS also provides computer-delivered testing. Here is a PRAXIS computer delivered testing demonstration. I'm not going to play the entire thing for the purpose of this session. However, you can go to ets.org/s/praxis/cbtpraxis or click on this link in the PowerPoint that's uploaded for you to watch the demonstration.
Welcome to the PRAXIS Computer Delivered Testing Demonstration. You will learn about the main features common to all of the tests, including logging in, navigation, and types of questions. Additional sections cover features that appear only on particular tests. Interactive simulations will allow you to practice along the way. By the time you're done, you will have a good idea of what it will be like when you take an actual computer-delivered PRAXIS test. This presentation works in two modes: demo and practice. During the demo mode, you'll see and hear explanations of key test features. The navigation for the demonstration itself appears across the top, including buttons to jump to other sections and controls to play, pause, or rewind the section you're viewing. After each explanation, you'll enter the practice mode, where you can practice what you just learned. Instructions and visual hints will guide you. If you're confused, you can hear the explanation again by clicking the Repeat Demo button. When you're done practicing, clicking Next Demo will take you to the next section. Please click Next Demo to continue.
As you can see, the demonstration provides an explicit, very clear explanation of what you can expect on test day when you take your computer-delivered PRAXIS test. Another demonstration that we'll look at briefly is the computerized PRAXIS testing experience.
Welcome to the PRAXIS Computer Delivered Testing Demonstration. You will learn about the main features common to all of the tests, including logging in, navigation, and types of questions.
As you can see, by accessing the demo and the testing experience, it also provides you with instructions of how to complete the test online with a simulated computer testing experience. It is highly recommended that you go through this testing experience at least once prior to taking the actual test. On test day, before you even arrive at the test center, there are a number of important things that you should do. Verify your test location. Test locations sometimes change. Be sure to confirm your location before test day by logging into your MyPraxis account. Know where you're going and where to park. We all know that parking can take up a considerable amount of time, especially when you're not sure where you're supposed to park. Do not make yourself feel late or rushed because you're unsure of where to park. Find out where parking is, if there's a fee associated, and be prepared before you go to the day of the test. Print your admission ticket. When you register to take an exam, you will be given an admission ticket. You will want to print that out. You will log into your MyPraxis account, print a copy of your admission ticket, and bring it with you to your test center. Your admission ticket is important because it contains test center address and reporting time on test day. While you are not required to present it at the test center key personnel may ask you for it. It is better to have a hard copy in your hand because test personnel may not accept an image of the ticket on your phone. Assemble your identification documents. See ID requirements to be sure your documents will be accepted. You will not be admitted to the test without the correct documents. Wear appropriate dress. Testing room conditions vary. Dress in layers to ensure you are ready for any room temperature. Whether it's cold or hot, you want to be comfortable so you're not thinking about how cold you are or how hot you are, depending, and you're able to focus and concentrate exclusively on the test. Be sure to arrive on time. Please arrive at the test center at least 30 minutes prior to your scheduled appointment to allow time for check-in and to allow yourself that opportunity to get settled in before the test begins. Plan to be at the test center for longer than the test duration. Your test appointment includes 30 extra minutes prior to the beginning of the test to complete tutorials that may help you familiarize you with the testing procedures. And as I said before, do not schedule any activity or event after the test. Plan to go home and sleep. You will be ready for it. So let's take a look at what ID requirements are for the day of testing. So what is valid is a passport with your name, photograph and signature, a government-issued driver's license, a national ID, or a military ID. As you can see, other types of identification are considered. You will need to look them up if you have to use a supplemental or alternate ID. This concludes your overview of what to expect the day of the test. Again, congratulations on being selected to participate in MSTEP. We are honored and pleased to have you, and we hope that we can do all that we can to support you to make sure that your journey through this program is successful and enriching. One last note, be sure to indicate on all the tests you take that they be sent to the University of Memphis. Thank you for watching.